Man, that make me wonder. If you got the chance, you'll probably try to take me under.
This shit is so absurd, it's just beyond my nerve. They don't like how I move, I just beyond my swerve. Just beyond my swerve. I done paid my dues, lost some blood, this shit is on my word. This shit is on my word, on my word. Started from the bottom, I was on the curve. I was on the best days was the 1st and 15th. Every now and then it was on the 3rd. Guess you mad now cause I'm on the verge. Can't wait till I slip up or diverge, or diverge. Don't wanna see me come up or emerge.
Young world. So the big thing going on right now is the situation with the rapper D1 calling out Rick Ross, Meek Mill, and Jim Jones, talking about the lyrics and stuff like that, but the music, all this type of stuff, and it's getting a lot of publicity. My thing with this whole thing is I'm actually surprised at the amount of people that I'm seeing that are like going against D1. So D1 is a rapper. I think he's from New Orleans. I never heard none of his music. I did see him on like Dr. Boyce Watkins show a couple times talking to him. That's the only place I really know him from. His music is not my kind of music. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like, you know what I mean, it's just not my thing. But the response that he's getting back from a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of people definitely supporting him, but I've seen a couple people like not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this: at this day and age, Rick Ross, Meek Mill, and especially Rick Ross and Jim Jones, as old as they are, just like myself, grew up in the streets, thought I was this type of person, this image and everything like that. Then you start growing up. If you're lucky enough and fortunate enough to reach a certain age and then reach, I'll say really a certain mind state, because age don't even really always matter if you're not growing mentally. You know what I'm saying? So once I started growing mentally and getting to a spot where I look back on certain stuff and just how I used to act things, that's, you realize, you be like, that was dumb. You know what I'm saying? That was stupid. Some of the stuff you used to do was so dumb and stupid and out of line and not appropriate. And you realize these type of things when you get older. But the whole thing with this aspect here is you got the music, which is generating money for these people. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, first of all, Jim Jones' response was definitely super whack, super immature. You know what I'm saying? Talking about his cousin might see him, and like, that's just way out of line. Because at this day and age, so like I said about myself, you would have to assume people like Jim Jones, as old as he is, would have had to come to that realization at some point. You know what I'm saying? You can't just still be a natural knucklehead that deep at that age. You know what I'm saying? Something in you at this point has had to happen. And you be like, you know what? But then you got the money, so I can see if you say something like, you know what, dude, mind your business. This is money. It is what it is. I hear what you're saying, but do what you do, I do what I do, type of thing. I respect something like that. But to turn it into like saying somebody might get hurt and stuff like that, because that really just goes right back to what this D1 dude is actually saying, the immaturity, the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about growing up in the streets, when you a street dude, you a gangster, you out there busting your gun, you do all the stuff you do, you don't realize that most people don't like you. This is a realization that I had to come to at some point in my life. Most people don't like you. You don't think you. The only people that like you are other people that are similar, that have the same interests, the same lifestyle as you. They might like you, and then the females who were into that. Everybody else don't like your dumb ass out here acting like that. People who got manners and responsible, working people, citizens, they don't want riffraff around them. Even if they interact with it and they be around you, whether they're like your friends or your cousins or people that who ain't like that. They might mingle with you if you're around, if they have to, and it might seem cool and stuff like that. You might vibe with music, maybe even smoke a little bit of weed, stuff like that. But deep down inside, they don't like you niggas around them. They don't want people who's ready to crash out and all this crazy stuff. You make people uncomfortable like that. I had to realize this about myself. It took me a long time to wake up and grow up, but once I did, I'm like, you make people uncomfortable when you're out here thugging and acting crazy like that. People don't want that around them. Responsible people, especially responsible black folks, you know what I'm saying? They don't want that riffraff around you. We used to hear older people saying stuff when we was growing up about, you know what I'm saying, the gangster stuff and acting like that. It just sound, we'd be like, oh, you don't, in our minds, we're like, oh, you just want to be like us, but you don't got the heart to be like this, so you're jealous. But no, when you get older and realize this shit is a nuisance to people. People don't want to be going to out to eat, or to a game, or to anywhere. They got to worry about a nigga walking up with a hoodie, look with a gun, and then maybe just wanting to start a problem for no goddamn reason. That shit's annoying to people who ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. It's just a pill, a hard pill I had to swallow. This shit is annoying to people. People don't want to deal with this. People that who just on some, I want to live my life responsible, safe, healthy. They don't want that shit around them. None of this nonsense. They don't want around them. So it's only natural that people are not going to be feeling. What I'm saying, like, so then to come back with a negative response to that, especially at this day and age, you know what I'm saying? I can see if you win that like little Dirk and them, they're still young, they still might really be committed to that mind state enough might not have happened to them, or not even the stuff. They just might have not reached a level of maturity mentally to where they can kind of look back. And money don't always do it, because if you're young and wild and you got money, you're just young and wild with money. The money's not going to make you all of a sudden just grow up and be responsible. Obviously, we've seen it enough times to where we be like, damn, they acting crazy. They got money because they still got the mind state, the mentality. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing with this whole the one thing I didn't like about what D1 was saying is about the Christian thing and the God thing and stuff like that. Because a person like me, when you start talking about religion, you're gonna turn me off right away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be. You're just gonna turn me off. So when you start talking about religion, whether it's God, whether it's Christian, Muslim, any religion, I'm not trying to hear none of that. That ain't my thing. And also, people are saying he's like being clout chasey with this. You know what I'm saying? Did this for clout to get recognition. And I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say I'm not mad at that. If he did this just to get clout and recognition and people pay attention to him, for people to pay attention, I mean, these people are doing way more ridiculous stuff than that. And why shouldn't he? You know what I'm saying? Why not? People doing all type of stuff to get attention and views and stuff like that. So I ain't mad at him about that. But I just, the whole religion thing, the Christian thing, I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? He could have just kept it on, was right and was wrong and wrong, without throwing religion into it. Because that just puts a whole different filter, whole different aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? That it don't really, and you don't even need that to make the point he's trying to make. You don't need to talk about religion for that. We can just simply talk about what's right and what's wrong and wrong, because we have the evidence and everything to look and see the results of what has been going on for the past 20, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'll say about that, man. But yeah, Jim Jones' response to that, I think, was just made him look super weird and just creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this day and age, to say something like that, as old as you are, like, that definitely turned me off, hearing him say that. Rick Ross did it a little bit different. He had like a little bit of a comical type of response, but still even was, to me, childish. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, what he's saying is absolutely right. If you're going to sit here and say you don't even understand what he's saying is true and right, and you're a goddamn fool. There's no way you're that old and haven't realized by now all the damage and destruction. And for, I'll be the first to say, for me, this is a big debate, but I'll say for me, definitely, certain music has impacted me negatively, for damn sure, for 100%, 100% fact. When NWA came out, that definitely changed my outlook on certain stuff and affected me mentally. I'll be the first to admit. A lot of people say that don't, or whatever. I respect how they feel, but I'm talking about me and my life. Definitely had an effect on me and my life. That's 100% fact. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all I'll say about that.